Okay, for warm up 8:30, I'd like you to write all of this work and then the 5 words to show me that you listen. Every once in a while, I'll say a random word. Show me, write it down. Show me that you listened. But here we go. What we learned last week was given an equation, if I give you part of the coordinate, you need to be able to find the missing piece given what I've given you to plug in, doing the algebra if needed to solve for the last piece. And then of course, if I give you both the X and Y coordinate, I showed you how to plug those in to an equation to see if you get a solution or not. So to review, this first one here, first word is blue. First random word is blue. What I'm giving you here on this first one is X is 1. So wherever in that equation there's an X, you're going to put 1. So here I go. My equation is Y equals, where that X used to be, I put a 1. That 2 is still there. And then I have minus 6. That gives me when X is 1, Y is 2 minus 6, or when X is 1, Y gets spit out as negative 4. That is the complete coordinate. That's what I'm looking for. If I give you part of the coordinate, but it's not the X, it's the Y, put that in the correct spot, in for Y. So when I do this, where that Y used to be, I have 10 there. And then I still have my equal and my 2x minus 6. Now it's an algebra problem. If you don't like the way it's written, you could always take it and flip it around, and maybe that is a two-step equation you're a little bit more used to solving, where all you have to do is add 6 to both sides. These go away. Bring down that 2x, bring down your equal, and there's 16. Then the opposite, timesing by 2, dividing both sides by 2 to give me when y is 10, x is 8. Don't stop there. Take that 8, put it in the coordinate, complete the coordinate. If I give you a problem like this, second random word is dog. Dog. For one of these, to tell if a point is a solution, or I could also say, is it on this line? I could do the math with algebra, plugging in x for x and y for y. So that first one, where y is, I put in a 2, still got my equal, still got my negative 3. Where x is, I put a 2 from this coordinate right here. And then that gives me negative 3 times 2 plus 4. If those numbers equal, that point's a solution. This gives me 2 equals negative 6 plus 4. It's close. Gives me 2 equal to negative 2. That is not true. This point is not a solution. If I plug in the next coordinate, negative 5 for y, got my equal, negative 3, where there's an x, I'm going to put in a 3, still got plus 4. That gives me negative 5 equals negative 9 plus 4, which is a true statement. Since I plugged that in for x and y and it worked, this is the solution coordinate. This one is not a solution. It is not on the line. Third word is red. Third random word is red. Okay, last 2 problems. Kind of a glimpse of what we're doing today. We're going to give you an equation, and we're going to have you pick 3 values and then plot them. I'm going to have you pick 0, 1, and 2. We're going to start off just with the coordinate form, where I give you a 1, 2, let's go 0, 2, 0, 1, and 2. Sorry, I did that out of order. So when I plug that in, again, that's you choosing. You choose the x value in these equations. You choose what goes to go right there. You get to choose whatever you want. That makes this the independent variable. It's independent. You can pick whatever you want. I'm going to pick 0, 1, and 2. To find the y number, all I have to do for each of those is plug in that 1, times it by 3, and take away 6. That gives me 3 minus 6. That gives me negative 3. So that first coordinate, when x is 1, y is negative 3. Plug in 0, plug in 2. 3 times 2 minus 6. Sorry, these are out of order. Gives me 6 minus 6. Gives me 0. So when x is 2, y gets spit out as 0. Plug in 0. Y equals 3 times 0 minus 6 gives me y equals negative 6. And now plot those. You need to know how to plot. An x and y coordinate goes on an x, y axis, where the y number goes way up high in the sky. So I'd like you to try to draw this graph. The x number goes side to side. So if I was going to plot 1, 3, that would be 1 for x, down negative 3 for y. That's the point 1, negative 3. If I was to plot 2, 0, that would be right here. And of course, if I did this right, the third point should be on a straight line, 0, negative 6 down here. If you do these right, these will always be a straight line. The points will always be a straight line. Every point on this line is a solution to that equation. Any point on this line, I could plug in for x and y, and it will satisfy and give me 2 equal numbers. Fourth word is fish. Okay, what we're also going to do today is not only review this, we're going to look at function notation, where I give you the f of x form instead of just plain old 2 of x. So again, last one to do. For this one, I'm going to have you plug in 3 values, but we show it like this. F of 1, f of 2, f of 3, but that is the same thing. Function notation, why we like it, is that number that you're plugged in right there, that's your x number. So when I'm doing this work, the function when I plug in 1 gives me 2 times 1 plus 1, gives me the function at 1 is 2 plus 1, or the function when I plug in 1 gets spit out 3. And the reason we like this function notation is when you plug in your math like this, gives you the coordinate form spit out. When I plugged in 1 for x, 3 was what got spit out for y. Plug in f of 2. So again, function notation is the same kind of math, but we're just showing it a little bit different way. That gives me the function of 2 is 5, or when I plugged in x is 2, y is 5. Do one more. Plug in f of 3. Gives me 2 times 3 plus 1. Gives me the function at 3, or when I plug in x is 3, y gets spit out as 7. Remember, these are coordinates. And if you plot them the same way you would a regular coordinate, this f of x is really the y coordinate. So 1, 3, again, y and x, 1, 3 would be right here over 1 up 3, over 2 up 5, and over 3 up 7. All of those points are on the same line. We're going to start looking today at this function notation. Looks high tech, but it's just the same way you would do all these problems. Draw a line through them. Last word is car. Car. So again, for this warm-up, I'm looking that you've written all of this. And written down those 5 words. Good luck.